Welcome to the Mediabox. Petra Bayr here to talk about your report on women human rights defenders. What kind of threats to those women have you been looking at?
Threats against women human rights defenders are very, very personal, very sexualized, very often threats against their families, against their kids. They hear issues like, don't dare to speak up because we know where you live, we will come and rape you. Don't dare do this and that because we know where your kids go to school. And that means that it's very important not only to give protection to the human rights defenders themselves, but also to their social networks, their families and their friends even sometimes.
And I'm guessing you're saying the situation even in member states is getting worse. Why is that?
I'm not sure whether it's getting worse. I'm quite sure it's more often spoken about.
Right.
It's more visible than it was before. Not sure whether it gets worse. But we see that there is a lot of stress for women who try to speak out for human rights when they lack any financial fundaments, when they are really try to be silenced, when they have a lot of stress when they see what happens to others, when they are really beaten by police and totally lose trust in institution, in law enforcement institution as well, because we see in some cases that even it's police that uses a very sexualized language that tears off their clothes, that really misbehaves totally. And so the question is where to go to, whom to tell, and that really causes a lot of problems for them and silences many others.
And what's this assembly calling for?
The Assembly is calling for many things, among others, for better protection, for better training of police, of law enforcement institutions, but also for issues like, on the one hand, I would like to mention to amend the Rome Statute and include a paragraph that also accepts gender apartheid, as we see it in Afghanistan or Iran. And there are women, human rights defenders, who flee to Europe and they need protection here. And I also would maybe like to mention many human rights defenders, women human rights defenders, are active in the field of environment. And we see that more and more big companies do not respect any human rights. And the problem is that at the moment, legally, the main duty lies at the state. But there are some processes going on in the European Union, but also at the UN level, where also private actors should be held accountable for the infringement of human rights. And the report also calls member states to support this process at the UN.
Petra Bayr, thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure.